And the raccoons are back. They love cat food. I put a big bin of old cat food out there. The other one's watching while they go one at a time. One keeps a lookout and then they switch places. This is the bigger one. I just turned the light on him and he's... Anyway. Donna and I are just finished watching one of my favorite movies, The Cutting Edge. I'll give you guys a little fact about me. When I was in high school, a lot of people didn't know this, I was a figure skater. I did some figure skating, and I found out real fast that I have bad ankles. But I got a little silver medal in the competitions, and then I quit. My niece wanted me to start skating with her. That was years ago when we used to get along. She was 8 years younger than me, so I started off by just joining it for her sake and going to training and stuff with her. And then I was good at it. But I got to admit, I was... people are going to hate me for this, but one of the reasons why I quit was because I didn't want people thinking I was gay, just because, you know, there was no straight guys figure skating at the time in 1997, 98. So, 96. So I did a couple years, but I wasn't ever going to be Olympic midpoint. And I just got kind of freaked out by the extremely over-the-top flamboyant coaches and stuff, and other guys. So, stupid reason to give up on something, but I had enough. I got to experience it. It was fun. And I fell a lot of times and got hurt a bunch of times, especially when you try to do spins and stuff. That's not the hard part. The hard part's landing again without falling on your head. So yeah, I got hurt a couple times. But anyway, and this movie it actually inspired it. I was inspired by this movie, 1992's Cutting Edge. I was 12 back then, actually, when I first saw this movie. And I fell in love with this girl in the movie Cutting Edge, too. And so I was just telling Donna how this is my type of girl, my type of relationship. If I were to ever get married, I wanted to be like Maura Kelly from The Cutting Edge, whole thing. It reminds me a lot about Jeannie, actually. I would have married Jeannie, but she passed away. And me and her fought like these two in this movie constantly. It's kind of annoying, actually. She would just fight just for the sake of fighting. She said that she liked seeing me get mad. It was sexy or something like that. I don't know. Drove me nuts. Fought over the stupidest things all the time, but we loved each other. And I miss her. I miss it. But anyway, so, yeah. Now you've seen the raccoons. We have a big storm system coming in here on the East Coast now. It did a lot of damage in the Midwest. It's freezing cold right now. Raining. It would be interesting to see if we're actually going to get tornadoes and thunderstorms. Like they said it was going to happen, but I think it's not going to be as big of a deal. The raccoon left. I was moving around. But they'll be back. They won't stop until that whole bin is empty. And they ate all the other food that was in the silver bin, so. Alright, everybody. It's 1:31 in the morning. Oh, tomorrow's Monday. Yay. Another day of work. The weekends are just too short, you know? Like, I spend the whole weekend doing church stuff, and then there's no time. My laundry's still not folded and put away. I still didn't get to shave my face, because I was running late for church today. I never get a chance to get things done, but, you know, Sunday's supposed to be a day of rest and not do anything. Church, rest, whatever. So I felt it necessary to go to the monastery after church, and Donna read her book outside, and I went and spent some time with the Lord before the tabernacle, and it was so nice to have the place by myself with just Jesus in this gorgeous cathedral-like monastery, and the peace that you get when you're just there in adoration is perpetual. Nun on the other side of the wall, but you can't see her. They're cloistered. So they always have to have somebody watching, the monstrance at all times, 24/7. And so it's nice when I go there during the day or at night and nobody's there but just me and the nun on the other side of the curtain. But no big deal. And get to just pour my heart out to the Lord. And this time I'm practicing nonverbal prayer just because I know He hears my thoughts. And He's proven that to me. So I just pray in my mind sometimes too now. And I ask God for a lot because I just don't see any other way at this point with my health and my disabilities and my lack of finances and the job that I have. And, so I asked Him, I said, Lord, I need a home. I need a better career, better paying career. I need to know what You want me to do with my life, And then I said, Lord, please, You pick out for me the wife that You want me to have if I'm going to get married. And You pick out the house that You want me to live in if I'm going to get home. And You pick out my vocation. You want me to be a priest or a brother? You open the doors, That would require miracles and healings for me to be able to do religious life. And I don't know where I'm going to get the money for a home and a wife and a marriage and all that stuff. So, but you know what? I don't need to know that because the Lord will provide. I'm trusting Him on this, and I told Him that, and I know He heard me. So I'm just waiting to see what He does now. There's nothing else I can do. I just do what I can every day. Go to work, apply for different kind of career paths and stuff in the meantime, and try to get healthier and just, be grateful for what I do have. Even if it's not mine. I'm alive, I'm fed, I'm warm. Well, it's freezing in here, we don't have heat right now, but, I have a bed. I have more than a lot of people, so I gotta be grateful. So I'm practicing humility, being grateful, trusting the Lord, leaving it all up to Him, just constantly surrendering, consecrating myself daily to the Sacred Heart of Jesus and the Immaculate Heart of Mary. See what God does. I feel like internally something's very wrong. I really hope I don't have leukemia or something because that runs in the family and they said I would probably have it. And I just look at me. I'm just not looking, no matter what I've been doing, trying to get more sleep, different vitamin supplements, different diets. I'm looking terrible and old and just tired and run down, and I feel worse than I look. And it's just been lasting for weeks now. So I don't know what's going on, but I just got to trust that God is not going to, let me die of some horrible disease. And if that's His will, then it's His will. I don't know. I don't know, but I'm sick of doctors. I don't care. I just want to know what it feels like to just feel normal, not be exhausted, not feel sick, all the time. I don't know when the last time I've ever felt normal. It's been years. But, it's usually I can get my face back to normal. I can lose weight. I can get my green vegetables and spinach and salads. And I have not lost a pound. I'm just eating berries in the morning with some nuts. I space out my meals. I pray. I eat little portions of healthy stuff. And I don't know what's going on here. It's like I'm at a permanent, so maybe I just need to stop worrying about it. It is what it is. I'm 41. But I'm starting to get ticked off a little bit because I see other guys my age, 41, and they're blowing me out of the water with athleticism, health, looks, jobs, everything. 41's not old. I feel 90. So I'm cramping. I'm getting paralysis all the time in my feet and hands. I'm starting to get nervous, but it seems to go in cycles. I don't know. Relapse cycles, so whatever it is. But I just keep hoping for the best, being positive, trying to enjoy every day, try to do what I can for the Lord, try to survive one day at a time, When you live a life of surrender to God, you don't really worry about all the things that most people worry about anymore, like looks and money and material things and whatever. God provides, you do your part and He provides, and you live for Him, you pray, you intercede, you suffer for people. It's a different lifestyle, to be in the world but not of the world. It's not easy, I get tempted to want a normal life like other people have, nice cars, I gotta admit, today Don and I went and looked at some cars. I don't have the money to get a new one, but my car is in the shop still, and they haven't gotten back to me on letting me know what it was. But I know that last time they said it was $2,000 that I needed worth of repairs, and I'm not putting that kind of money into this car anymore. I've already dumped like, God, close to $7,000 into it in over a year since I bought the darn thing for almost $3,000. So, but anyway, I'm fine with it. I just want to keep it going. Like it's got a lot of miles on it, over 200,000 miles. But I like it. It's comfortable. It's a truck. I like it. I don't need anything fancy. But I did see a car for $6,900 today that I was hoping Donna might get because she needs a new car too, and hers is really bad. And that's the one I'm driving now, right? So I'm trying to get her to get a little loan and trade hers in for this car. They'll knock $500 off of it, and for $6,000, I mean, she can afford it. And it was gorgeous. And they're going to change the timing chain and everything on it. It's a gray 2015 or 16 text verse. I don't even know. Some kind of Mitsubishi. No, Chevy Texera. I don't know. It's gorgeous. Like a minivan type thing, right? And then there was a couple other things we were looking at, but they want a lot of money for cars that have almost 200,000 miles on them. For a car with 143,000 miles on it on a dirt lot, are you crazy? They might look nice on the outside and on the inside, but what's the engine like, So I might as well buy a new car if I'm going to do that. It's ridiculous, and I can't afford the payments, so I take it to the Lord. I don't know. I mean, if I could just keep this other car going that I have, I'm fine with that. But I need a reliable vehicle for work. Donna don't have heat or air conditioning in her car still. Mine is awesome. So I'm trying to be grateful for my Ford Explorer. It might be over 15 years old, but I love it, and it's comfortable. So, and like I said, I don't need much. And I've been asking God, I'm like, listen, I don't care if I have a trailer. I don't care if I have a tiny home. But it would be nice to have a place to call my own, something I could afford. But where would I get the money for that? I need a better job. And so that would require a job that's not going to force me to get vaccinated. That's hard. I need a job that pays at least $50,000 a year. That's probably not likely for me without college at 41 years old. So we're just leaving it up to him because it's humanly impossible. But I've seen God pull off the impossible for me a million times already. So I leave it up to him. I pour my heart out. I say, I put first the kingdom of God. He knows my heart. He knows I'm trying to be not only a good servant of his, but a saint, a modern day saint. I'm trying to be holy. What else can I do? He knows my weaknesses. He knows I'm not lazy. He knows I'm doing the best I can. I need the Lord. So I'm telling you this because I have a feeling that the Lord will open up doors. He'll make it possible somehow. And then people will remember this video and they'll see that, again, God saved Steve's butt. And God works. God, you just have to, there you go. You break it, you bought it. Donna's dropping stuff again. So yeah, I'm not trying to vent. I'm just a little concerned because I haven't had my car in a week now, and it's kind of becoming inconvenient for Donna too that I got to take in her car to work every day, and she can't go anywhere she needs to go, and it's just, if something happens to her car, But we trust. So you just take everything to the Lord in prayer. You just surrender more, and you see him move mountains. On one hand, it's like, Lord, am I even going to have a future? I mean, is there time for a wife and kids, a ministry, a better career? Because it looks like, we're in the tribulation now, so it's like volcanoes erupting every day, all kinds of serious things going on, and what am I asking for anything for? I mean, maybe that's why I haven't gotten anything. Because God's probably like, dude, you're not going to be there much longer. Or, now's not the time to be worried about that stuff. So I don't know. But if we're going to have another decade down here, it would be, can I just have something my way before I die? I'm not asking for much, right? Just to have a nice home of my own. Small little one. And maybe a decent car. Maybe someone to call my own. I don't think I'm asking for a lot here. I really am trying to put God first and his kingdom first. So, I just have to wait, He hears me. I know he does. I can't force him. I can't rush him. It's his timing. That's the whole point of this. So, you just kind of give up and you just learn to, hey, one day at a time, Be grateful for what you do have. Be grateful you have a bed to sleep in, a roof over your head for one more day, food in your belly, and a job, and at least one good friend. And what more can you want, you know? And so I have taken to just thanking him and praising him more and asking for less, less asking for stuff, less expecting, and more just serving him and praising him for what I do have, because it could be a lot worse. Trust me. So, that's where we're at, and we'll just see what that, you just keep trying different things until eventually you figure out what the lesson is or what his plan is for you. I mean, I keep begging him, can you at least let me know what you want? Make it clear to me. So, because like if it's not marriage, then I can get that out of my head and just forget it and be content being single. If it's going to be religious life, well then there's no need to worry about careers and, whatever. If I have a disease and I'm dying of cancer or something, well, I'm not going to be here much longer, so we don't need to worry about any of that. Just let me know. That's all. I'm fine with anything. I'm fine, Lord, with whatever you want. You want me to be martyred, just give me the courage to do it, we'll do it. I just need to kind of know. And the only thing I heard today, it was the weirdest thing. I finally got myself to be quiet enough, and I'm like, Lord, what do you want from me? What do you want? And I heard this clear but still small voice. Obedience. I didn't like that too much. Yes, I can be a little bit more obedient, or a lot more obedient probably. So maybe that's it. Maybe I'm not obeying enough. Maybe I'm not where I need to be in my walk yet. I don't know. Or maybe that's it. Maybe he just wants obedience. Just do what I tell you. I thought I was, or trying. So I said, okay, that's it. That was all I heard. And it was like a thought that wasn't my own thought, because that's not what I was thinking, and that's not what I wanted to hear. But that's what I heard when I received Holy Communion. I just said, Lord, come on, please give me something here. I don't hear from you anymore. Like, what do you want? What do I need to do? Obedience. I'm like, okay, whatever that means, okay. And so I guess he wants me to press in harder and be more holier. And, there's a lot to obey. So where am I lacking? I don't know. Maybe I could be a little more patient, merciful, maybe eat a little less. I don't eat that much anyway. Maybe just wait. Maybe, obey the fact that he says, wait on the Lord. Maybe I'm getting ahead of him. I don't know. So I got to figure out what he meant by obedience. That could mean a million things. We could all sharpen our walk with him. We could all do a little bit less of something and a little more of something else. So back to the drawing board again. But I allowed myself to indulge in just watching a movie tonight, which I haven't done in a while. I don't really do that much anymore because I'm always going. But you know what? The day of rest. Keep holy the Sabbath day, and just don't do anything. Just rest. Make yourself. So I took a nap today, and I watched a movie with Donna, and I just tried to enjoy the day, the weather outside the monastery. It was beautiful. And I'm like, okay, I'll learn to try to not do much on Sunday and, just go to church and then just relax. There's laundry will be there tomorrow. There's always something that has to be done. Oh, you're back now. Okay, hold on. Who's back? There we go. I knew you wouldn't stay away for long. You're welcome. Yeah. Anyway, so, yeah, that's it. Obedience. And, just be grateful, I guess. You guys have any other... If the Lord talks to you about me ever... sometimes I get messages from people who they'll private inbox me and say, oh, I got this in prayer about you, or, I haven't had that in a while, but some people do that. So if you pray for me, please, I do need prayer. Let me know if the Lord has anything to say. Tell Stephen I said this, or whatever, because a lot of times I don't really hear from him myself. I hear other people hear from him clearly and then tell me, and then it happens. So I guess I'm not a prophet or whatever. I don't know. I mean, very rarely, maybe I can count on one hand the times in my life that I've actually heard him, the Holy Spirit, clearly tell me to do something, and it happened, and or I did it. So I just get like kind of just a sense of knowing when I make my videos or when there's topics to talk about. I just know it just kind of comes. Like I'll be taking a shower and not thinking about anything, and then all of a sudden these ideas come very clearly. They're not even coming from my own mind to me, and then it just comes out of me. So it's like, oh, I got to make the video. I got to talk about this today. Oh, I never thought about that before. Wow, where'd that come from? Or oh, this scripture passage needs to be discussed today, and that's I just go with it. I just go with the flow. And the awesome thing is, I know it's God because it's biblical, and I'll go to church, right? The next day or that evening or whatever, and it turns out that that's what the priest is talking about. Like in his sermon, he'll literally say things like word for word what I was talking about in my video hours earlier or the night before. I don't read the readings for the day in advance. I go to church and get surprised. And I often find that whatever I happen to be talking about is the reading for that day, or is in line with the gospel, or the deacon's sermon, or the priest's sermon. It's so weird. And that's what we mean by the same spirit, but different people. I'm one member, the priest is another member, all of the same body of Christ. Same spirit, giving us the same knowledge, the same wisdom, the same words to share, but maybe none of us even realize that we're all being told the same thing or getting the same ideas at the same time. So I just think it's cool. God never ceases to amaze me in the way he operates. It's always perfect timing. It's always in a way that you never expected. It's just amazing. He's awesome. That's why he's God and I'm not. I do wish he'd make me look 20 years old again. I'd like to have, let me tell you, I'd have no problem finding a wife just like that if I looked the way I did 10, 20 years ago. I don't think anybody's going to want this. I don't even like looking at myself. I'm certainly not going to get the kind of girl that I find attractive, because why would a pretty girl want a gorgeous guy, So, we'll see. We'll see what his plans are. That's why I just really feel like priesthood is probably what's best for me. Because I'm more all about God and his word, and that's where my big interest is anyway. So anyway, I'm just rambling now. It's 1:50 in the morning. I'm tired. I'm gonna say good night to the raccoon. Donna's already in bed, and I shut the TV off and just whatever. So just if you hear anything regarding me, let me know. Pray for me. I am not asking for money or cars or homes or any of that stuff. Please don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm just trying to say in advance that what I spoke to the Lord about, what I asked, what I need, and I have a feeling he'll deliver somehow. And people will see the power of prayer. And that's what it's all about. Trusting God, waiting on the Lord, faith, admitting that you need him like a child, and then showing people how it's done and watching him work in your life, because he is our loving Father and he does want to bless us and help us. He says that. But we got to be faithful, and we have to do our part first. Put God first, others second, ourselves last. Put first the kingdom, and all these things will be given unto you. It's all in the book. Easier said than done. Human beings like me can be impatient. We get nervous because things are not happening as fast as we would like. And then there's the pride issue. I'm a 41-year-old man. All the other guys my age I know have their own homes and beautiful wives and kids and good jobs, and failure as a man. I feel like a failure all across the board. My family always told me I was a big failure even since I was a kid, so there's nothing new. It's kind of like self-fulfilling prophecy when you're told you're a loser your whole life, and well, gee, what'd you expect was going to happen? Maybe if you spent half that energy building me up and speaking blessings over me instead of curses, maybe my life would have turned out a little better. But, anyway, I don't know. It's funny, the raccoon keeps staring at me as he's stuffing his mouth, as if I don't see him or something. He's like 3 feet away from the door. I see him. He doesn't know whether he should run. He goes away and he comes back. Anyway. Alright. Like I said, pray for me. If you need prayer requests, send them my way. And I will lift you up in prayer as well. And that's it. Go serve your king.